So first off, let's find out what is all about Live Nation. So it's actually an American global entertainment company, and they specializes in promotion and also produce live concerts, live events. And it's actually one of the largest producer of this live entertainment, where they organize about 43,600 events for 7,800 artists in 2022 itself, which is at the end of the pandemic, which is quite impressive in my opinion. Then they operate in more than 48 countries, where the HQ is located in the US, Beverly Hills, which is near Hollywood if I'm not mistaken. It's also one of the world's largest live entertainment ticketing sales and marketing, where you can see they sold more than 550 million tickets. And one of the subsidiaries that they have is actually Ticketmaster, and it's also one of the world's leading artist management companies, where there are about 90 managers that manages more than 410 music artists. And you can see here Rock Nation is one of the subsidiaries under the artist management. So some of the famous names, Rihanna, Christina Aguilera, and also Alicia Keys. And here for Maverick, actually they are promoting Madonna, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and even U2. So it's quite impressive for this. So it's actually come from SFX Entertainment, which was founded in 1996. And Ticketmaster itself was actually founded in 1976. In 2010, when they merged together, they became Live Nation. So Live Nation itself is only a company, but it has many subsidiaries, over 50 subsidiaries throughout the world. What are the products or services that they do to make money for the company? So the first thing they have is definitely live concerts, the live events that they organize. And they actually will book the artists, and then they will sell the tickets, advertise the tickets to the fans. The next part is the ticketing, where they will sell tickets for their own events and also on behalf of its clients. And they will definitely retain a portion of the service as its fee, and the tickets can be sold via the mobile app, websites, or even a physical ticket outlets. And finally, the sponsorship or advertisement. So they will work with sponsors to reach out to more fans for their events to advertise, and they will help them to place advertising like the signages or online events and also promotional programs to audience be aware of these events. How they generate their revenue. In 2022, they generated about 16.7 billion USD, and the revenue mainly came from all these three segments. More than 81% actually come from concerts, then followed by ticketing and also sponsorship and advertisement. So right now, let's jump into quantitative analysis. Here we will look into their financial statements. For their revenue, we will usually look at the 10-year trend. As you can see, early days before the pandemic happened, it's slowly increasing in terms of the revenue. But then, in 2019 to 2020, there was a sharp plunge. It was because the pandemic came. After the pandemic, I believe they will start to adapt. Instead of promoting live events, maybe they were promoting some online events, and the revenue started to increase. And when the pandemic slowly dies down, where we are now in the endemic era, we can see that their revenue actually shot back up. It was much higher compared to 2019. Even before pandemic, most of the year, the EPS is actually not above zero. But then when pandemic strikes, it just goes down further into the negative zone before it jumps back right up. It's only when in 2022 we saw that it slightly picks up in the positive sign. So for this, we will say that maybe we need to monitor a few more years to see whether the company be more profitable in the future in terms of EPS. And next, we wanted to see their cash flow. Like the EPS, we wanted to see that it's in a positive and consistent uptrend. Another cash flow, which is a free cash flow. So here, like similar to cash flow, it's also on the positive, and we can see that the trend is like it's slowly increasing, even though the EPS does not look good. But then we can see that the company actually has some cash flow coming in. Let's look at some of the potential risks. So first off, they actually can be severely affected by extraordinary events such as terrorist attack or the pandemic. Then their operations are actually seasonal. So that means that the revenue results might differ very significantly between quarters to quarter. Because in their annual report, they mentioned that they may have higher revenue and also operating income in second and third quarters because most of the concerts and festivals are organized during that time, which is during summer and also early autumn. And also earlier on, we've seen on the numbers that they are actually having quite high debt and also lease obligations. And due to the high interest rate, because they are having high debt, they might have higher vulnerability that the company might go bankrupt if they are still not able to manage the cash flow well. And they also mentioned in their annual report that they may consider to dedicate a portion of their cash flow to pay for all this debt. And if they do that, then it might inhibit the future growth, because without additional cash, they might not be able to expand the business as big as possible.